Uh, so, my my morning workout is finally over. Oh boy, is it bad that I'm drinking out of a jug this big? It's only 90 degrees out. Okay, so I want to explain something to you. I want to explain the morning to you. And you'll see two other posts, two other videos. One short video after I finished the interval training. And the first video was made at 6 something in the morning. Was when I was like not sure how the day was even going to go. So let me explain this to you. So I did the real hard interval hill circuit, all that training last Wednesday. And it took me, I thought it would take 2 days to recover. So in recovery days, I still try to average 10 miles a day, but they're easy runs. So they're not hard. I'm not putting, they're not stressful workouts. It's recovery workouts. So you're still putting in mileage, but at a gentle pace. So I did that for Thursday and for Friday. And so Saturday, I thought I could do a hard workout. And if you recall my video yesterday morning after I only ran 2 miles and I was like breathing hard. I didn't know why I was breathing so hard after jogging 2 miles. I thought it was just the humidity. So all day yesterday, like I didn't eat much. I hydrated. Well, I had a nice breakfast as you saw yesterday. Then I hydrated all day and had a little bit to eat for dinner, like some chicken, some baked chicken and gravy, and a cantaloupe, piece of cantaloupe, slice of cantaloupe. And so the night got later and later, and then sometime around 11ish, I was going to go out and do a hard workout last night. And I didn't really get out till like 11:30 or something. But when I went out to run, I was still tired. I mean, my body was just like, I wasn't prepared to do a hard workout. I couldn't, I wasn't going to be able to do a hard workout. Like, I just didn't have it. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll go Sunday morning. That will give me 3 days of recovery, and that should definitely be enough. Even after that really hard Wednesday, 3 days recovery should be enough. So I said, okay. So I went out and ran 5 miles last night anyway. Got home. By the time I got home and got all that done, it was like 12:30 or something, and then, but I was hungry. So sometime around 1, I started cooking a full course meal, which was a big mistake. I should never have done that. I should just have like a piece of cantaloupe and went to bed. Because projected today was to be 100 degrees. So I knew I had to get up early if I was going to do a hard workout. I was going to have to get up at like 5:30. So it was already, 1:30. So I wasn't going to get that much sleep. But I cooked a full course salmon meal with corn on the cob and all kinds of vegetables, and had two non-alcoholic beers and bread, and I just ate a whole lot. And by the time the food was all ready to eat, it was like 2 o'clock. So I ate a big meal at 2 o'clock, 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock. And finally got to bed at 2:30, a full meal. And I had to get up in 3 hours at 5:30. I wasn't thinking. I was just hungry, you know. So I fell asleep, didn't set the alarm clock, but I guess there was an internal alarm clock, so I woke up at like 5 o'clock. It was actually 5:18. And I said, oh, I'll get to sleep for a few more minutes and get up. So I finally got out of bed at like 5:45. But you know what happens when you go to sleep with a full meal? After, and it just like lays there. And it's not like 8 hours of sleeping. It's like 3 hours. You only got 3 hours of sleep. And so when I got up, I had the full meal. It wasn't digested. It was like it was in my stomach. I felt it. It was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to do a hard workout when I have a full meal in my stomach? So it just like everything like went to heck. Everything was just like, why did I do that to myself? How did I compromise? How did I sabotage this? It's like, but here's the strange. This is not the strange thing. Here's what happened. So that extra day of or even evening of recovery is good because this morning I woke up full of running. Like my body was screaming, "You're ready for a hard workout now. Let's get it on." So I was prepared for a hard workout, but I had a full meal in my stomach. So I have four choices. I could have stuck my okay. This is biological, so I was like, I don't want to get gross, but this is biology, so you're all adults. I could have stuck my finger down my throat and made myself throw up. I could have done that. That would have got rid of that. So that was choice one I could have done, or option one. If I had some stuff that you can take, well, you don't take it in your mouth. You take it someplace else, and it makes yourself have to go to the bathroom. That was option two. I didn't have any of that. Option three is I could just go do the hard workout. But if you push yourself that hard on hill intervals and you got food in your stomach, you're gonna throw up. You know, it's gonna be there are gonna be consequences. There's gonna be some gastro consequences for doing a hard workout, and by then it was already 75 degrees and like 85% humidity even in that morning. So it's gonna be a hard workout under humid conditions, sprinting up a steep hill, a long steep hill. You're probably gonna throw up because you have food in your stomach. Now, the worst thing to do, like when you're running up that hill, when you're sprinting up that hill, you know, you're going to be gasping for air. Like right after you finish the interval, you're like bent over gasping for air. You know, your heart's pounding. You're doing all that with the food in your stomach, you're probably going to throw up. And the worst thing to do is to throw up when you're gasping for air because you're going to get asphyxiated. You're probably going to choke. So doing a hard workout with food in my stomach was not, you know, that wasn't going. That option was like option three, but that probably wasn't going to be the option either. The last option is to go out for a long run to let your food digest. Come back home, and hopefully you'll be able to go to the bathroom and get rid of everything. So I decided that was the best option to do. So I ended up running about 7 miles. Got back home, and I had to go to the bathroom, and it all came out. But I run 7 miles. So do intervals after running 7 miles. I'd never done that before. But I'd be tired. Even though I didn't push the pace for 7 miles, it was kind of a relaxed 7 miles, all told. But it's still like a lot of running before you do intervals. Like people when they warm up before they do intervals, they do like up to 2 miles. Nobody runs 7 miles as a warm up before you do intervals. But I did that, got home, drank water, got all that food out of my system, and my body was telling me, let's get it on. I said, okay, we'll see how this goes. So I ran to the hill and did the intervals, and they were tough. I did 8, repetitions of these long intervals, and it was humid, and it was, by the time I got there, the temperature had risen. It was already, now it was up to 80 degrees and like 80% humidity. And but I did the intervals, and again, they were hard. It was painful. They were very painful. The last 2, I didn't think I'd be able to finish. Like you sprinting, running up the hill, like sprinting, like and it's just like so much. And my legs felt like I felt like I was gonna pull a muscle. Like I felt these little twinge, like in my calves, and a hamstring. It just felt painful. But I did the workout. So between the 7 miles and the interval training, that was 9 miles I'd gotten in already. So I got back home, made that little short video where I said I did the intervals, and then I went in and did the circuit training. All the step ups and hoppers and all that goes into that. And I was beat. All of these circuit training is equivalent to a mile at least. But I got all that done inside, and I was like, ugh. Now, usually after the circuit training, I would go out and run 5 miles. But I'd already run this morning. I'd already had 7 miles, and by the time I finished all the circuit training and did all that, the temperature now was around 90 degrees. Pushing up towards, I think the high is going to be 98. So I'm thinking, oh God, can I really do 5 miles on the tail end of everything I've done this morning so far? And my body's like, let's get it on. Like I was full of running today, and I ran 5 miles. I ran it, and I felt for some reason the heat didn't affect me. It didn't feel that hot, and the more I ran, like I started to recover while I was running, which it doesn't make any sense. And so I was able to push the pace a little, and that's strange to me. Like, why should I be feeling that way at the end of this hard day? Anyway, so I got in 15 miles this morning. 15 miles. And wow. And I survived 15 miles, including hill intervals, including circuit training, and all this other running, and I got in 15 miles. And Doug is gonna cook dinner for me tonight, so I'm gonna go over to his house. But when I get home, the goal is to run another 5 miles later this evening, and that'll be 20 miles for the day. But I don't understand why I should be feeling so good. Why I should be recovering. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's not logical to me. I made that video of me in West Virginia. And if you look at some of the pictures, you see how much more I weighed back then. And the interesting thing is, from 2013 until the end of 2019, I've tried consistently to put together. I've, I mean, I've tried hard to put together consistent training programs or workout programs, and it just didn't work. For 7 years, it just didn't work. And so I gained weight, and I gave up on it. But it's not like I didn't try. Like what I'm doing now, the last 8 months, I tried consistently to put something like that together for 7 years since 2013. Um, 6 years, going on 7 years. But in January, like that I started this program that I'm on now. I started it the last couple of days of December 2019. But sometime around mid-January, I think there's a post where I said something's different. Like I knew in January that there was something different this time. I don't know if it's a spiritual thing. I don't know if it was some sort of intuition I had back in January. But I was thinking, something's different this time. Something is different within me that wasn't there between 2013 and when I started this training. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I don't know how I can do a morning like this morning and feeling fine right now. But can't explain it. But I'm riding with it. So what can I say? Anyway, so that's how my Sunday morning went. 15 miles, baby, and I feel great. Go figure. Bye.